Everyone, 20th of July, Thursday, 22 minutes to 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Australia. Here's my latest video blog. Pretty excited about this particular video. I was forwarded the link, and it's courtesy of the Anarchast, and it's got a interview with Dan Larimer. Now, Dan Larimer is the brains trust behind Steem, Bitshares, and the up-and-coming EOS. Now, the concept behind EOS is to... It's not about beating anyone, but it's about becoming a rival to Ethereum, or maybe looking at it as an evolution with its own core beliefs or values, which really is the main thing that I'm really interested in regards to EOS. Now, Dan Larimer in this particular video talks about BTS and Steem and some various other things in regards to EOS. And then I came across this particular moment about the 23-minute mark, 23:50 minute mark, where he actually divulges exactly how he feels about government and decentralising the administration systems and bringing society together. Everything I've been talking about in the last few videos, and something I'm really passionate about, and I think this is something that we should talk about a little bit more and understand that we have a great opportunity in front of us if we all get behind the concept of decentralising all of our administrative tasks at a society, community level, national level. We can look at removing the corrupted system and creating an environment where we have consent, where we have contractual agreements between individual men and women for different particular applications. We could also free energy, all sorts of things. Huge opportunity. Probably the most exciting thing that I've heard for a very, very long time. Now, before I get all excited, what I want to do is just play this little bit of the video, just so you get a bit of a grasp of what Dan's values are and how he views the potential of EOS and what his actual main goal is. So what I'm going to do is just expand this a little bit. Now, this is courtesy of the Anarchast, so you're very welcome to go and subscribe to him, because I've stolen this off his YouTube and I'm sharing this with you guys. So out of courtesy, you might go and check out his page and subscribe. I do listen to quite a lot of his videos, so a lot of good stuff just like this, gold nuggets. So I'm just going to press play. Hopefully the sound quality is all right.
So much better.
And my goal going forward is to build tools that allow decentralized governance. That's another aspect of EOS that we haven't talked about. We're talking about all the technical aspects, but EOS is going to have a constitution. You can think of it as a contract that every user signs with every other user of the platform, which creates a new jurisdiction, an international jurisdiction, for resolving disputes among the users of the platform. And that's that decentralized contractual constitution, where you get explicit consent when you sign up and you start using the platform, takes disputes out of arbitrary government courts and into a forum for dispute resolution that we set up for ourselves. And the result is binding arbitration that's actually internationally enforceable. So EOS is a smart contract platform that bridges the gap with the actual contracts to allow people to interact securely with each other. And I'm sure there'll be many applications doing everything from reputation to processing the judicial disputes and public records, all on the blockchain.
That's amazing. Yeah, I can't wait until all that stuff is actually up and running. That'll be just so amazing. We can literally make the government obsolete in a couple of years. It just people would be like, why would I ever even want that, even if they did want it? So it's like, well, this works so much better this other way, and all without a shop being fired or anything. And that's why actually I've been a fan of yours ever since I found out about you, and I found out about you through Steem, is because you do have this very anarcho-capitalist, very, as you said, your desire is to create systems that, well, what's the exact term again? I really like how you phrase it.
Systems that make governments irrelevant. You've got to take disputes out of their jurisdiction.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you're actually creating the ways that people can do that. So it's absolutely fascinating. It's amazing. It was about a year ago today that I heard about Steem, and as I said, as I found out more about it, I was amazed at how well you had developed that and and saw how it would all sort of need to work ahead of time before anyone had ever done that. So super excited now. I did not even know about EOS until today, basically. I heard you were doing something, but I wasn't aware of it. So super excited to see how this develops. Is there anything else you want to let people know about it, or any other links or information you want to let people know?
Visit EOS.io. Follow us on Steem. We do all of our blogging and status updates about EOS on Steem. So I'm eating my own dog food, and we're going from there.
Hey, you're making some Steem posting on Steem. That's great.
Yeah, well, look, it's just an idea at this stage, but I think it's got immense legs, and I think this is a great concept. And he was talking about the legal system, and anyone that's looked into this and has dived down the rabbit hole will relate and understand the depth of deception and the illegitimacy of a lot of governments around the world. And it has gone. There is things like deep state, and we see all the propaganda, and we know it, we can see it, and I think the war on information is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's time that people united, created a voluntary society where we contribute to our community, minus government and minus the private entities that are actually running these countries. I mean, that's what's happened in the last 100 years since the monetary system was switched over in 1913. We've seen numerous countries bankrupted through deliberate wars where both sides were financed, and there's been lots of trade-offs, and countries have been bankrupted and have since been, I suppose, blackmailed into a corporate agenda. And you go and have a look. I mean, I know that Australia's been corporatised without consent of the men and women of Australia, and I'd say it goes as far as New Zealand. You go and look at the United States, and it's privately owned, but it's privately owned by corporations. It's privately owned by men, and it's actually a fact. There is no constitution. I mean, you look in Australia, the constitution was signed by the Queen over 100 years ago. There was no consent. It's just a perception. It's an assumed authority, and regardless of your perception of, and I think some people get caught up in the statist type of ideology, and I grew up in that. It's taught, but that's the thing. It's like religion, and that's what statism is. And even worshipping a government and this need for a master or control. But I think we're evolving, and I think this is part of it. And look, if you want to know more about EOS and even just start thinking about blockchain token based applications where we can all contribute as an individual with consent, and I think that's an amazing concept. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. It just was that little snippet. You can go to the Anarchist. I don't think it's actually live. I did sneak this through a particular link because I know that he sent it out to subscribers first. But I'm giving you a little sneak peeky because guess what? Sharing's caring, and I think this type of information is highly relevant to everyone. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think on my Steem account and on my YouTube. Let me know. Let's have a conversation about it. Jump over the Anarchist and subscribe to his channel, courtesy of it's his interview, and he was. I didn't really ask him for permission to share it, but I've done it anyway. So yeah, have a great day. Thanks for watching.